Who remembers the never ending story? I remember the never ending story. It was one of my favorites, still is my favorite movies. That and The Labyrinth. When it comes down to puppetry and stuff like that. Uh, I like to say one of my minions uh, is on her way back to Los Angeles. Hey, baby, how you doing, Sheena? And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. I just want to say, you know, sometimes it pays off being uh, kind of hard and strict on your children. Um, Sometimes when you hard and strict on your kids and you give them the real information and don't sugarcoat shit, your kids have the opportunity to learn, right? If you comfort them and you pet them and the motherfuckers go off on you, baby, I'm sorry, and this and that and all that, you know, that shit don't work. Sometimes you have to be that firm entity. Hey, baby, you got to be that firm entity because your kids will try to take advantage of you. And what I mean by that, even though they're grown, they having sex on their own and all this stuff, you know how kids do. Uh, they still want you to do it for them. Especially today's kids. Today's kids want you to do it for them. So I'm just proud and happy to say, uh, she's supposed to be on her way uh, today or sometime this weekend. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that, my daughter being able to realize, you ain't got that much time. And you can't be wasting your time on a worthless ass dude. You see what I'm saying? If you got something that you want to do in your life and a motherfucker don't want to be there for you, you ain't got to be there for him. You ain't got to do that shit. You got to make sure you all right. Because whatever that person is trying to make sure that they all right. You know what I'm saying? They comfortable where they at. You a person and you trying to bring that ambition to out of a person and they don't want that ambition come out of them, you can't force it out of them. It's one thing you can't do. You can't force no ambition out of no motherfucking body. And ooh, stanky, anky. Look at this stanky. So, with that being said, I just want people to know and understand, when it comes down to your babies, because that's where everybody be, oh, my baby did, my baby. Sometimes you got to be a little hard so they can see, And I'm glad to say that my daughter actually say, she'll tell you, yeah, I learned. I see what you was talking about. I see what you sacrificed. And that's the reward. I don't need you to buy me no house, no mansion, no shit like that. See the reward by you learning, you learning from that. See your kids reward by they going out and getting their own life and they going through their own trials and tribulations. Then they come back and say, you was right, daddy. You was right, mama. This shit hard as a motherfucker. I see what you was talking about. That's the reward. That's the payoff. I don't need no house. I don't need no cars, no shoes, none of that shit. Just when you find out that you was wrong and daddy was trying to set your ass straight to get you on the right path before you go wreck yourself. Yeah. So with that being said, it's real difficult to do that. Because I'm saying it like, oh, it's easy to just let them bump their head. No, it's difficult to let your kids bump their head because you don't want them to fuck up. You don't want your kids to fuck up at all. But somehow you gotta let them fuck up. You gotta let them bump their motherfucking head. Because my daughter was unhappy. She had everything that she wanted. She was on track of being her dream and shit like that. But some little dick in St. Louis that don't mean shit, don't even really give a fuck about her. Because if he gave a fuck about her, he'd have came out here. If he really gave a fuck about her, he'd have had an apartment or a house or something for her in St. Louis. Matter of fact, car, everything will be paid for. That's when somebody give a fuck about you. But if they don't give a fuck about you, they don't care about your well-being, how you getting to work and where you living at, and you know what I'm saying? So whatever she realized within that to push herself to come out here and do it for herself instead of trying to be with somebody that ain't really trying to do it with her, hey, babe, I commend you for that. That's what I want you to see. See, once you learn that, you can understand why, other people, relationships go bad or something like that. You don't learn until, goddamn you go through it. You see what I'm saying? Then you can be like, you know what? I can see why my father, or I can see why my mother, or I can see, you know what I mean? As long as we sitting up there just trying to play them games like, oh, it's just supposed to be this way or some shit, like, no. Teach your babies. Make the motherfuckers go out there and learn. They got to learn. It's a whole motherfucking thing they got to learn. And while you comforting them to my baby this and but they ain't gonna never learn. So you got to force them. You got to show them the hard shit first. And hard shit is just basically stepping the fuck back. Let them bump their motherfucking head. It's crazy because I'm going through this now. My daughter is blaming me for not being hard on her. So she feel like we need to be apart. So I had a friend finally say, let her go. I said, okay, oh my God. This is so crazy. I need to talk to you later. For real. You got my number, baby. You still got my number, don't you? Because I'm bringing this up too because, like I said, it's my daughter, these are things that we go through as parents. We don't know. This is our first time as being parents at 44. It's my first time being a parent of a kid that's going to be 29 years old. It's my first time. First time ever. So we don't know. It's a new thing for us too. Yeah. First time our daughter, goddamn it, she got pregnant again. We didn't know. But she didn't tell us. She didn't tell us about she being pregnant. But this is what happened. The fact remain is sometimes you got to let them babies hit their head. Because my daughter, I'm telling her, she was here. She wasn't trying to listen to shit. She trying to listen to shit. She want to get fucked up, drunkenness. And I'm like, baby, you got to save your money. Baby, I'm doing this. So this, baby, down there. Get up in the morning, stomping, mad. Some the little boy that pissed off in St. Louis. Some bitch in the car somewhere. He didn't answer the phone. What the fuck? I don't know. But she wasn't happy. And I knew my daughter wasn't happy. It wasn't that I wasn't making her happy. She wasn't happy because of a little boy. So you know what, baby? You got to go back home. You got to get that nigga out your system. You need to iron out some things that you got unfinished there because until then, that's when you're going to be truly happy and successful. As long as you sitting up there running around thinking this little boy doing this, he ain't going to be happy. You ain't going to be happy. You're going to be miserable. So with that being said, she went back and whatever she did or whatever, she's ready to come back now. And that's cool. I commend her for that. That's what a father's supposed to do. Because my whole intention is for you, not for you and another nigga. My sacrifice is for you. I don't give a fuck about some other little motherfucker. Shit, that's his mama and daddy problem.
Is she supposed to be here?
Huh?
When is she supposed to be here?
Well, they supposed to leave out today.
Oh, okay. I just wasn't sure if they supposed to be here tomorrow.
Nah, they're gonna take a few days to drive. At least a couple of days. I don't know. But
well, this ain't real bad weather all over.
No, it ain't bad weather. It's springtime. And ain't no ice and shit all on the ground. So
yeah, I'm saying even across some different states.
Mm-hmm, that's what I'm saying. Ain't no ice on the ground.
Let me get them.
So, but sometimes you got to do that. You got to make sure, goddamn me, your little motherfuckers, goddamn me, bump their head. Sometimes they got to put a big old knot on that motherfucker. You hear me? Because they ain't going to learn. They will never learn until you actually let them bump their fucking head. This one girl, I was talking to her. She told me her daughter threw some food on her, hot boiling food on her, and gave her 2nd-degree burns under her titties and, arms and shit like that on the stomach. Like, she doused the shit on her. Now, put your mind, her daughter now is 26 or some shit like that. And the daughter threw some shit on the woman. Hey, Wanda. The daughter threw some hot shit and burnt her. So they ain't been close, in 4 years or some shit. And she just been letting it come back, and it's been 2. But the little girl mouth starting to get sassy again. Mm-hmm. It's time to let that bitch go. I'm sorry.
You know what? This is what I had told our older kid. You ain't got to fuck with me when you get grown. Once you become grown, it is no longer a must that you have a relationship with me anymore. It is a choice. You have a choice to still choose to communicate with me. The funny part about that is I have that choice too. I don't have to fuck with you once you're grown. Because I personally strongly believe that people have different energies. And just because that person is your mother, your father, your sister, your cousin, do not mean that you have to love them immensely, get along with them, like what they do, none of those type of things. So I had told her, I said, the only thing you could ever hope for in life is that I need to live with you and you make the rules. That's the only thing you could ever dream of in your whole entire life. But you ain't got to fuck with me, and I ain't got to fuck with you. It's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice. And that's something that, we have to understand.
I know that's mean, and I know that's fucked up. But that shit is real. Yeah. Just because that's your kid, and he a grown-up or she a grown-up, do not mean you have to like that motherfucker.
Yep. I got a
because your kid, even though it's your kid and you birthed it and all of that, it still becomes a product of its own environment.
Exactly. And that's what I was finna say. I got a punk ass son that I had up here trying to do wonderful things with. But the ungrateful son bitch and he's a product of his environment. And when I brought him out here to Hollywood to try to make his life better, the bum motherfucker, because the parents, his family, that other side is fucked up. I know this for a fact. His uncle got murdered for being a thief. You see what I'm saying? His mama is a liar. So when you know a history of these people and your kids is a part of that and that's what he grew up on, you can see the bullshit. So when that little motherfucker try to disrespect me, I tell him, what do you say? Oh, I'll never say nothing to her. I'll never forgive you. Bitch ass nigga, I'll never forgive you. Who are you to forgive me? Bitch, I ain't did shit to you. I'm the one trying to help you. You the one disrespect me. So I don't fuck with that little motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if he died today or tomorrow. I wouldn't even go to his funeral. And that's real talk. Until that bitch ass nigga apologize to what the fuck he did to me or disrespect me, I don't give a fuck them. Because I see how fucked up a child is. And I don't have to deal with no motherfucking child.
You do not.
Hell no.
When they are grown, you do not have to fuck with them.
Do you know what you have just done for me, Shalia? Spelling.
I don't care how you spell it. Just remember it.
Spelling, thank you. I need to hear just what you said.
Well, I'm thankful I was able to assist you with that. Because when you got older kids, the motherfuckers think you still owe them some shit.
Was this 2 month or 3 month? What's up, Mark?
You don't owe your grown kids nothing.
Hell no.
You gave them all you could give.
Everything was sufficient.
Before they became grown.
Sufficient.
Whether they liked it, whether they appreciated it, whether it was your best. Maybe you didn't do your best. But you know what? The time's up. The time is up. You can leave your ass from here and you ain't got to come back.
Yeah, you can make better yourself. Oh, you ain't gonna come back.
You ain't got to come back to this motherfucker. This is not a revolving door.
No. Because once
it's a revolving door until you are 18 years old. That is what the law says. I am no longer responsible for you according to the law. You
can actually emancipate a motherfucker before that to get them out your house.
We hold them till they're 18.
Yeah, that's what we do. But I'm telling you, I encourage every parent, when your child turns 18 years old and they're mentally correct, they don't have no physical or disabilities or something like that, and they 18 and they fucking and sucking and cursing you the fuck out, bitch, get out my house.
Yep. And not on no mean
Not on no mean shit.
But see, this is the thing. As parents,
because you're grown now.
See,
you got to give them responsibility. They got out of high school. Now you got to put, because if they didn't go to college, now they got to fulfill something that they was going to do after college. See, what it should have did was prepare your child to have a business. Instead, you try to send your kids to school to be a slave. So they learn how to work for somebody else instead of have a real motherfucking job. You see what I'm saying? For themselves, to have a career for themselves, not working for somebody, not a career, but a business. That's the problem. We're too busy trying to make our children have careers instead of a business. And that's where we fail. That's where we fail as a parent. And I'm going to tell you the truth. So I'm telling you, I encourage every fucking parent to put their children out between the age of 18 and 19.
Now,
Why?
hold on. That he's kind of being a little bit harsh on that. If you have prepared them.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You as the parent, King is 12, and King know he got about 6 years left for us to take care of him. I'm not taking care of King because King has an advantage that most little young black boys do not have. He has had 12 straight years of both parentings. He has an advantage that a lot of little black boys do not have. So he don't have no excuse for him. But us as parents, once they turn about 13, from 13 to 18, you, the parent, should be preparing them to leave. That is what you should be doing. We sitting up here preparing them for prom and graduation. No, I'm preparing you to leave soon after that.
No, you're mentally correct at 18. If you could suck a dick or fucking get out and talk shit to your parents, you mentally correct.
It does not mean that you are mentally correct if your parents have not done what they were supposed to have did. That's different. This means that you as the parent have to take responsibility for yourself.
But you still don't take the credit and sit up there and let 20, 30 years go past.
I'm talking about when you under 18. I'm talking about when you under 18.
Because you 18,
once you over 18, legally, I do not have to take care of you no more, according to the law.
Every parent, yes, I'm saying every fucking parent. Now, if the child is mentally retarded or have something like that, that's a difference. But if the child is old enough, they fucking and shit, get the fuck out the house. What are you sitting in the house for? At 18 years old, why are you gonna sit and let a child waste their fucking life inside your damn house?
Mm-hmm. Not mine.
They need to get out and be productive. It's a whole fucking world out here. What they sitting up under you for? You can't even get a man or can't go to a damn movie or something because somebody in your house. You can't have no friends over. You can't walk around buck naked. No, it's time to go. It's time to be a real person. If you don't put that responsibility on the child, that child will become dependent.
They will stay a child.
Yeah, they will stay a child. Then you got a 35-year-old motherfucker staying with you. No. You don't babysit a bitch like that. You don't babysit a little dirty dick nigga like that. You take their ass and you put them out there. What you think the birds do? How long do a bird stay at home? Matter of fact, how long do cats stay at home? How do a litter of cats stay home? Even in the same house. Say if you had a litter of cats. She had around about 12 cats. How many of them cats stay in the house with that woman? With that same cat? Because the daddy already gone. So that's no excuse. Daddy ain't there in the first place. Matter of fact, shit, she might have some incest with her other little kids or some shit. So what I'm telling you, no, that's not correct. You gotta let them motherfuckers go. Because they gonna start smelling themselves. They gonna start trying to talk back to you like they grown and shit. And you gotta show them the world. If you hide a kid from the world, they're gonna be fucked up. This is the problem now. You're sheltering babies. You don't supposed to shelter a damn grown ass person, 18 or not. No. Now, if it's have a mental problem, that's different. We talking about grown motherfuckers that sit there and can cuss you the fuck out. You can cut me off. Shit, I don't give a fuck. I did my job. My job is seeing you walking around, goddamn me talking, walking and speaking and thinking for yourself. Because I never thought that my juice from my balls would be doing this. It's successful. It's sufficient. And goddamn me, it is satisfying. Fuck that. No. The kids gotta go. They gotta go. They'll never learn. That's the biggest fear of the parents is what? What's the biggest fear of the parents? Oh, I hope, goddamn me, I die before my kids. And the fact is, good morning. How you doing, Pamela? The fact is, kids are dying. Kids are dying before their parents, cause they right in the same damn household with them. They ain't got out and really did no shit for real. Ain't nobody really experienced life. You gotta experience this fucking life. The kids gotta experience it. They would never know. They would never come out of that stupid of being a child. The most thing, my daughter 4 hours away from here. But the best thing that she could have did for herself was to get out and experience it and see that we wasn't so hard. And if we was hard, we could see why. She could see why we hard, because goddamn it, going to Vegas and living in Vegas ain't easy. Even though she thought the rent was, the rent is more easy, and it is. But what about the other shit that comes with Vegas? That hot ass desert, them fucked up ass laws. The justice system in that motherfucker. Weed. Yeah, the weed in that motherfucker bad. You got fake ass motherfucking friends jumping in and out of your life. She had to act and don't have the family that she thought that she really had.
See, you know what? This is something that my daughter learned, and I know this is really fucked up. But she really learned that bitches ain't shit.
Yeah.
She really, truly learned. At the time where she thought that she was gay, she learned bitches ain't shit. And then when she had a kid and she had a friend who she thought was just her oh so great best friend, and then some shit happened to her and she needed her friend to be there for her, and her friend fucked up her whole life.
Yep. So, and
but you know what?
We couldn't have told her that. We couldn't have told her that.
I did tell her that.
But
because
I know,
I'm like that.
But what I'm saying is, we couldn't have taught her that.
No, we couldn't have taught her that lesson.
We only can tell her
that lesson.
You see what I'm saying? And in order that you teach your children that, you have to let them go out there and bump their motherfucking head.
And it hurt that she has such a difficult time.
Yeah, because she had to go spend some months in jail and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Behind a bitch.
Behind a bull dagger. Like I told her, I said, whenever you get done, this is a father with a real father say. Because when they trying to tell me that she gay, I'm like, when you get done with that shit, I want a grandchild. The end. And I walked away. I ain't got to sit there and fuss and be mad and, oh, you gay, you like it. No. When you get done with that shit, I want a grandchild.
You know what Shay told me even before she had a kid? She had told me a long time ago, she had said, Mom, I'm so thankful that you guys didn't, not have a relationship with her because she was gay. You know what I'm saying? She was like, a lot of my other friends and stuff like that, their parents, don't communicate with them. Their parents, basically push them away, and she was like, you guys never did that to me. And that's why, I see what y'all was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because you still love me, even though you didn't agree with what I was doing. But I see why you didn't agree with what I was doing.
Yeah. And that's it. That's why you have to put your children out. That's why you have to do that shit around about 18 motherfucking years old. Because goddamn me, they will learn, and that's when the mind is starting the adolescent.
So what it is you have the confidence.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's
when you 18 and your motherfucking your everything around you says that you grown.
Yeah.
That's when you need to go.
Yeah. When
you got that confidence.
When you having sex and you looking back at it with an arch in your back as a woman,
when
you grown. It's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to go. See, one thing you letting a little boy lay on you and trying to stick it in and with your legs tight. But when you done got your ass all spread it open and looking back at it and you in my motherfucking house, oh, it's time to go. You're a grown woman. You know what you want. You confident. You got the confidence to let a man do this to you or let a woman do this to you. hey, it's time for you to go and get your own
And
shit.
then the thing is, we ain't like even still, we didn't push her out then. We just said, hey,
We made sure. Matter of fact,
I want to live in Vegas. Okay, well, you know what you need to do? You need to go to Vegas and you need to look for you an apartment.
we have to prepare you, set you up for a job. You have to get your job, save some money. We let her try to save some money. She fucked up.
Once, yeah.
Fucked up once.
The first time, not the second time.
Because she ain't had no choice the second time. Because she bought 2 bikes, remember? She bought a pink bike that got hit by the bus and the purple bus got... So she failed a couple of motherfucking times going to buy a motherfucking bike for $600. You need to go get a house. You need to go get an apartment. You got to save your money. So when that last time, hey, we don't care what you're going to do, but whatever you're going to do, you're going to be out on the streets. So we gave you the right of way to set yourself up correctly, to save your money. Now, whatever you do with it, and that's with any of my kids, I give you grown enough, I'm going to let you stack your money.
I told her put a layaway on at Kmart, so that way you can start getting all your little household stuff together. So that way you can have your rugs.
And make a deadline.
Oh, no, we had a deadline.
Make a deadline.
Oh, no, it's
to
a
the people
deadline.
who, make her a deadline. Hey, baby, you got 3 months. You got your job, you got this and all this and that. Matter of fact, you need to start going look for an apartment right now. And within that time of you getting that apartment, that you getting approved that apartment, you got to go.
You have to, you give them time according to their circumstances. If they don't have a job, then you got to give them a little bit extra time.
If they got a job, stack it. Hey,
you shorten that time.
Yeah, you shorten that time. Like, hey, okay, now you got to start
got
saving your money.
Already, you shorten the time.
I ain't gonna charge you no rent or
a girl. You shorten the time. He already got a kid. You shorten the time too.
Yep.
Shit, you already doing all the grown folks things except paying rent.
Yep. So you gotta get your own life going. You know, they gotta start it. You know what? And it's gonna be bumpy as hell because just like you trying to ride a bike, you know, when people try to go ride a bike for the first time, they don't ride it successfully. They do all this shit and put the foot down and fall and, you know, run into some shit. That's what's gonna happen to your kid. But they gotta learn. I got a 29-year-old daughter. She'll be 29. And like I said, the point is that she's coming back out here. And I'm happy that she's coming back out here because evidently she didn't learn. She learned from what I was showing her because I wasn't wrong in trying to teach her. You see what I'm saying? But she had to learn it on her own. She got to bump that head herself. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't do that, they going to constantly keep coming like, I'm a baby, I'm your baby. How you going to do your baby like that? I'm your child. You supposed to. A motherfucking grown-ass nigga told me I supposed to take care of him. Nigga, what? Who said that? My job is done. I give you what I give you. Everything else is on you, player. I can't breathe for you. I can't eat for you. I can't piss or shit for you. You gonna have to do that shit on your own. Like, go to work for yourself. If you want $1 million, you gonna have to go get that $1 million. I'm not finna get it to you. They think they supposed to have an iPhone. Daddy didn't supposed to have an iPhone for you when you went to middle school. Daddy wasn't supposed to have you a car when you went to high school. Daddy wasn't supposed to be there when you goddamn me get married. That ain't my shit. That's that fairy tale shit. That's that shit you read in a fucking book that all these bitches and little niggas sitting around this motherfucker thinking that's what it's supposed to happen. I ain't no fairy tale. I'm a real ass nigga. Ain't no kisses and motherfucker riding off with a tall, dark, and handsome nigga with, you know what I'm saying? You ain't getting that. Ain't no castles and shit. Who the fuck told you that shit? Why you believe that shit in them damn storybooks? Now you want to put yourself as an abused child like a fairy tale. Every fucking fairy tale is an abused child. You can't tell me, and one of y'all on here, tell me one fucking fairy tale, story, or anything, cartoon or something that had a plot to it where the child was not fucking abused or abandoned. And I will wait. So now this concept, while your babies, you reading these stories to your babies, or the teachers reading these stories to your babies as a little kid in kindergarten. And they see all these fairy tales of Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Jack and Jill, Humpty Dumpty, all these abused motherfuckers. Everybody on this motherfucker abused. And now the kids want to play victim to you, and you want to sit there and take the same story and feel sorry for them. As a parent, you don't do no shit like that. We didn't put a white ideology concept in our child's mind, and now they up here goddamn me defenseless. They defenseless. They don't know what to do. They don't even know how to come out here and get a job. Some of these niggas don't even know how to write in cursive writing. Grown niggas. My friend told me she seen 4 black girls in the damn social service building trying to get some fucking food stamps, and the bitches didn't know how to make a cursive Q. Y'all don't know how to make a cursive Q? It's for y'all. You couldn't put y'all heads together and know how to make a cursive Q? And everybody know a cursive, especially the capital cursive Q, is nothing but a number 2. That's it. And even if you wanted to be stupid, you could make a regular Q and write with the other cursive. No, they don't teach it in school anymore. Why would they? They don't want your babies to be smart. You the one sending your babies to a school where they won't even teach your babies how to read the Declaration of Independence. The Constitution. All that's written in cursive. That ain't written in print. So they put it on print on the computer so they can add and take away. But your baby can't read that real document. It's a cold game. It's a cold motherfucking game, player. Player. Shuckity duck duck. So what I'm saying is, don't feel sorry that your babies are sitting up there cursing you out, talking bad to you, trying to bully you in your own motherfucking house. Put that little motherfucker out and don't let them back in. Put them out and let them see what the world is. Put them out there in that cold for real. You call the police and put a restraining order against the motherfucker if you have to. Bang on your kids. Why y'all scared of y'all kids? I be telling my kids, I'll fuck you up. Fuck you. I don't like you, nigga. Fuck you. Nigga, I don't like you. Whitney Houston mama was hard as a motherfucker. You can see that bitch. She was a gangster. She sitting there making an interview like this. She was a good kid. That bitch a gangster. Whitney Houston mama was gangster. We was watching the Whitney thing. It's like a little documentary. So, goddamn me, they was his brothers and everything. They was telling everything. I don't know if y'all ever seen this, but it was we went to sleep on. Yeah, we didn't see the end of it, but it was a good show, man. Whitney, her mama, you know, that bitch gangster.
That bitch can have that.
Oh yeah, man. Did you know Whitney? See, you know what?
Yeah, Paula Abdul ain't nothing but an image.
She called Paula Abdul just an image, meaning she looks beautiful and she can't really sing. She said Janet Jackson, she called Janet Jackson a bitch. Now this bitch got crosses in her ears. She go to church and everything. She's supposed to be a church family, singing family, all this shit. And you mean to tell me, goddamn me, your mouth like that?
No, your mind is like
your mind in your mouth, whatever. It don't matter. That shit came out that bitch mouth. She called Janet Jackson a bitch. I was like, oh, I went to sleep after that. You can't be calling Miss Nasty that bitch. I love Miss Jackson. You can't. That's one pussy can't never get old for me. I'll fuck Janet if she's 100. I got this pussy finally. Oh, hit it, Sonny. Hit it. Oh, that's the spot. I like it when you do it like that. I will. I'm sorry. I will fuck Janet Jackson as 100 years old. But Whitney Houston mama called Janet Jackson a bitch. She said, that bitch. Then they was like on camera. They was like, oh, Whitney Houston said, oh, we're going to have to edit that. But yeah, so don't let that shit fuck with y'all, man. If your kids getting out of the motherfucking hand, let them go. Y'all see how I be doing talking shit to my kids? I'll cyber whoop my kid's ass. You're not gonna disrespect me and think that's over with. My son had to try to go get some other motherfuckers, right? To jump on the bandwagon as if I'm a bad father or some shit. And didn't nobody verify that? Where was your verification? Who verified that the shit that you said that was real?
Nothing but your one sister.
So, with that being said, I know I ain't a bad father. You feel that way? I try to give you the world, nigga. And when you fucked it up, you bit the motherfucking hand that was trying to feed you. Twice. Maybe 3 times. Right. Maybe 3. I probably gave the boy 3 times. But you did that. And you got to pay for that. I'm not going to forgive you, nigga. I don't give a fuck about you talking about, oh, I'll never forgive you, because basically I didn't let him go to the Oscars with us because he came in my house at 5 o'clock in the morning twice. So he gets mad and called his mama to get a plane ticket to go back home to St. Louis after your little funky ass been shot in St. Louis. And that's the reason why you here with me, so I can better your fucking life. But since I'm trying to better your life and you don't like me bettering your life, you gonna call your mama to get a plane ticket? Go on ahead and go, player. Go on and go. Because what I was trying to do, I was trying to get you a real education. Them people pushed him through St. Louis. That old fucked up ass school, the old Southwest, that boy is dumb. Talking about he got a GPA of 3 point. I don't know if this shit true or not. But they probably boost his shit up to a 3.9 so he can get into college. Do you know that boy ain't even finished a quarter, a semester, or whatever that shit is? Because it's real school. It's real shit now. When I was trying to get him a real education here, the boy didn't want it. That's why he really left. That's why his grades was down. So he knew he can go back to St. Louis and graduate because these some dumb motherfuckers back there anyway. And they going to go off of just because, oh yeah, he been out there dancing with Stevie Wonder on stage and shit like that and blah, 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 all this. Yeah, he might be a good representation of alumni. He'd be a great alumni if he, So they passed this boy through. And the boy got signed with Nick Cannon. Didn't read the contract. And Nick Cannon put his ass on the shelf. Put him on the shelf. Now the boy is sitting up there talking about he washing cars and putting on tinted windows. Nigga, what? I don't knock the hustles. That's cool. But nigga, you better than that. You better than washing and detailing somebody else's motherfucking car. Nigga, you mean to tell me you a tap dancer? You could do ballet? You got a repertoire that your daddy helped you build. The little fucked up ass videos you got. But I'm just saying, these are the things that, you washing cars. You got to let that motherfucker bump his head. Let him bump his head. That's the shit I'm talking about. Nigga, I had you on stage with thousands of people. You ain't been on stage since since you been on stage. I put you on stage. I'm talking about a real professional stage with movie stores and shit. Yeah, talent shows and just going to these little fucked up ass hood clubs. No, I'm talking about with 70,000 people, nigga, and he know that. He was telling people in St. Louis, man, and they ain't even believe him. Nigga, well, why you back here then? I didn't want to listen to my daddy. Yeah.
Oh, that ain't what he said.
I know. Yeah, it was probably a real thick lie. Yeah, But at the end of the motherfucking day, even if he told him, oh, my daddy was hard or something, and you know what people tell him? Nigga, I'd have just took that. You know what people told motherfucker? I'd have just had to deal with my daddy then.
If my mom was as nice as us, I would have stayed living with my mom.
I'm telling you, other people have told them motherfuckers, man, I'd have just put up what my daddy was going to do in order to get where I need to get. But since you want to punk out and you left and you came back home, motherfuckers wasn't respecting them. And that's something they got to find out too. People don't respect the motherfucker that disrespect their parents. Real talk. You'll lose a friendship quick, motherfucker. You talk to your mama crazy. You know, motherfucker be like, nigga, you talk to your mama like that,
That's
nigga?
when King be saying slick shit. I say, you should be careful because another motherfucker will knock you out for talking to you crazy.
Yeah. You know, punch you right in your motherfucking mouth or your chest.
That's why Larry be like, ooh, you be scaring me. Because Larry be like, man, I just don't want you to kill him in front of me. Like, hey.
But you got to understand those type of things. You know, you got to understand that, you know. Because I don't play that shit. I'm a real thug. I choke the shit out of people. It ain't just got to be a nigga off the street or a nigga I'm doing security for. You know what I'm saying? Or no shit like that. It ain't got to be nobody that owe me money. It could be my child. I would choke the goozum up out your ass. My mother made up that word, and I take it on down with a legacy. People say, what is goozum? When the motherfucker say, oh, that's a goozum. You heard that? Oh, they choke the goozum up out of motherfucker. That's the goozum. That sound. Choke the goozum up out of motherfucker. That's Linda Berry shit. Man, I choked the goozum up out that bitch. My mama's still a thug, I'm telling you. Man, motherfucker better not fuck with me. Shit, I kill a motherfucker the way I am right now. That's why she went the way she went. Like, shit, nigga, I'ma go. Shit. I don't want nobody to feel sad for me or sorry or none of that shit, nigga. I'm gone. Shit. Y'all don't even know I'm gone. Shit, you know. But real talk, man. I never disrespect my mother and she didn't raise me. I never said fuck Linda or none of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, fuck you, Linda. You ain't shit. You ain't. Man, I never did my mother like that. And she never raised me. We was taken away from that woman. She even wanted to give us an explanation. I said, Linda, I said, I'm not worried about that. I said, me and Lois already talked. She already told me what happened. I don't need to know what happened. That shit, I don't give a fuck about that. You my mother. I have to prove that I wasn't a mistake to you. You see what I'm saying? Even though you didn't want no children, I just have to prove that I wasn't a mistake and not to pay you back to have no guilt. I just want you to be proud of me. That's it. And she was proud of me. She was proud of her son. She know where the fuck I came from. She didn't came to hospitals when I'm sitting up there almost dead or shot the fuck up. She remember that. She know this little nigga was a fighter. He been fighting all his damn life. He was an asthmatic. This nigga stayed in the hospital. So to see her son, to be at a point, man, that's the glory. That's the happiness. I'm happy as hell I could have did that for my mother. My mother seen me. She knew I was a real sick kid. You know what I'm saying? She said to herself, she glad that she gave us to goddamn me Maddie. You know what I'm saying? She was happy for that. Yeah, we probably wouldn't have turned out the way we turned out.
You had illnesses and shit.
Yeah, I was fucked up. I lived in a bubble. I tell people that, and I'm not lying. I lived in a fucking bubble.
Keith outside getting in trouble all the time, going to jail.
Yeah.
Going to hospitals and jail. Hospitals and jail.
You know? Shit, I'm surprised I ain't even more cock-eyed.
Hey, that's why your mama Maddie probably left you in jail. Like, shit, you ain't in the hospital, you good. Yeah. Keith can't handle it. Keith don't know.
You know, and that's what probably was because I was more stronger. I was a strong little nigga. I was a hustler. I ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I would come in, goddamn me, from hustling and having an asthma attack. You know, go to sleep having an asthma attack. Now, I done made $30, $40 all day, but I was just a little strong-ass little dude. And I still, to this day, I'm a fighter. So I will fight my kids to make sure my kids are right. You see what I'm saying? I don't beat them. Can't none of my kids tell you, well, I did punch my son.
That's not beating.
I didn't beat him. I punched him 3 times for disrespecting me.
I think the 4th one would actually make it beating. Technically, you know.
Yeah. I punched him 3 times for disrespecting me. He was 15 years old. You came in my house 2 times. Then you're going to call your mother to get a plane ticket as if I did something to you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you sitting up here and you working this shit out and you just going to punk out and run like a little bitch. That's what he did. He punked out and ran. You know what I'm saying? When it was time to be accountable for some shit. So that's how I know the little nigga a punk. You don't want to really stand there, goddamn me, and hold accountable for what the fuck you did. You want to get up and run. And you had to pay them prices. And now you still paying. You ran it and ran so far now to the point where you can't even come back. And if you come back, it's going to be 12 times as harder. Because you didn't do what you were supposed to do the first 2 times.
And then you want to cop an attitude with somebody else because they trying to help you. Well, fuck you.
Yeah. So your kids like that, man.
Do not mean I have to help you. See, I done already gave you 18 years of help. That's the whole thing. You didn't. The thing is, you have to take responsibility for yourself as a parent. That is the first thing. Yep. You have to say, you know, if you fucked up, you have to say that you fucked up. But if you know that you did some shit, you know your kids have the shit, you tell them, hey, motherfucker, I gave you what you need for you to be able to go out there and get what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to help your kids get a house. You don't have to help them buy a car. You don't have to be a co-signer. You don't have to do none of that shit for your kids. And then if your kids feel like you is lesser of a mother because of it, it don't matter because they grown. You still gonna have already mothered them. It doesn't fucking matter. Once they grown, you ain't gotta do a motherfucking thing. You ain't gotta be nice. You ain't gotta open the door. They can't sleep over. You know what I'm saying? You could do whatever you want to as a parent. But we sitting up here enabling these motherfuckers to be a piece of shit. Especially our boys.
Yep.
I'm hard on my son. Fuck that. You ain't gonna be no fuck up. You know, shit. One day I told him this motherfucker want to act like he can't use his motherfucking manly strength. I told him, motherfucker, you know what? If that was the case, I wouldn't have had your punk ass. I could have had a fucking little girl. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna sit up here and act like you can't even barely lift what I could lift, I should have had a little girl. You a fucking waste of a man.
Okay, get up.
Shit. I dreamed of having a little.
So like I said, you gotta be that parent to teach them. They might not like it. They ain't gonna like it the way you say it. They ain't gonna like the way you teach it. Because they think that you're supposed to be the parent instead of the reason of logic. Right? Some kids think that, you know, all my daddy and mama's supposed to be just all gentle and shit with me. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to baby me all the time. No. You got to throw that motherfucker out that nest like goddamn. Look, grab the shirt, the trousers, and you toss that motherfucker up out there. And whatever. And as they going up, you tell them, remember what I taught you. Flap the wings, nigga. Flap them. Start flapping now. Because if you don't do that, they will never learn totally. Now, I could have sat there and tried to hold and fight and this and that. Then I'd have had a heart attack. I'd have had high blood pressure or some shit, a stroke or something, because I'm trying to save my kids because they don't want to fucking listen. You step back, push them away. Let them go. Get the fuck away. Do your shit. I need to walk around the house buck naked anyway. Like what Mr. John say, the boxing and on Friday, the boxing and the balls and Johnson dance. You know, this ball swinging each and every way. Just that. I need to do that. I need to do it because you've been spending up a lot of my time trying to place you into society correctly. And since you think that you inside of my house and you know every damn thing, you can tell me how to do it and motherfucking curse me out and shit like that. Oh, okay. Top of the shirt, the trousers. The best way so you won't hurt yourself is grab the trousers this way. Don't grab them this way because you might got fingernails or something like that. So what you want to do is grab it like this and like this. And you throw it just like that, and your fingers go. You see my fingers? Your fingers do just like that. So you grab, out the door, real quick.
Grab
no problem. Yeah. So once they do that, they in there, they're going up. You tell them, remember I told you what I told you. And the kids better remember, and they gonna think, because you know what? If they wasn't ready and prepared, they gonna fall and hit their head. And they gonna remember what you told them. Oh, he told me to flap my wings. He told me put 1 foot forward. He told me to have confidence in myself. He told me I got to go apply myself to some things. He told me I got to go fill out an application and be goddamn me punctuous on the time if I get goddamn me to work. I need to keep money so I can get some goddamn me gas or go back and forth so I can keep getting this money, so I can stack, put some money away so I can create my own business. That's what my daddy told me. That's what they should say. That's what they should, all that shit should hit in their head because it happened to you. When your mama and daddy was trying to keep you as a kid in the house and trying to teach you, and you didn't want to listen, you want to be hard and your chest all big, I got shot 3 times. I got shot 3 times. Not because goddamn me,
I think my life was a little different. My mom didn't want me to leave. So
my mama didn't want me to leave either, but I left. I left at 18.
My mom set me up for not leaving. Like, that's why she never let me drive. She never let me, really even learn how to take the bus.
Well,
I was under...
I already knew I was going to... 10 years
old. I chose
old,
to move out at 18 because I didn't want to follow my mother's rules.
That's cool, too, because my thing is I was getting robbed, out of my money. And I was like, fuck that. I could take my own money, get my own apartment, and do my own shit. Because somebody in this motherfucker getting my motherfucking money, and it ain't benefiting me. You see what I'm saying? Somebody getting mad because I got shot up, goddamn me, and my mama's credit ain't so good or whatever the fuck. But goddamn me, who money has made that credit to be good? You see what I'm saying? I was that smart back then. You see what I'm saying? So I bounced the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? Because I knew what the fuck was going on. You see what I'm saying? While this bitch sitting up here smoking crack and getting shit and wind up, goddamn me, the same fucking bitch stole $5,000 for my mama while she was laying on her damn deathbed. The same bitch put in a policy that it was just her as the beneficiary when she knew that Maddie wanted us to be the motherfucking beneficiary. All of us, not just her stinking ass. Right. So when motherfuckers sit up there and talk shit as a little kid, I knew what the fuck was going on. So when I feel the way I feel about that person, I can feel that motherfucking way. Cause we was raised as sisters and brothers, even though we was cousins. You see what I'm saying? And for you to do that shit, Maddie turned over in her fucking grave. That's why I can fucking hear her. Because you sat up there and you did that shit. That woman prepared us to survive afterwards. You see what I'm saying?
What we're supposed to be doing
as parents. She provided things for us to be afters, and this bitch stole from us. I had to sit up there in my casket when my mom was in the casket. She wore the dress that we bought her. The nightgown was a pearl nightgown. I bought my mama a pearl nightgown. She was saying and I bought it for her birthday. And she was like, I'm going to wear this when I get home. I'm going to go to my new house. I'm going to wear this when I go to my new house. She kept saying that. She knew what she was saying. I didn't just want to, but that's what it was, and we buried her in that. At the time I was, didn't have so much money or whatever, like I wanted to. But we put her away. But the whole thing was this bitch that's supposed to be our motherfucking sister. This bitch that lived with her all her fucking life. This bitch that never really go off and get our own damn house. She lived with Maddie all her motherfucking life till Maddie died. You see what I'm saying? Now from a little girl, that was her niece. She raised her from her niece. All the way up to probably from 8 years old, all the way up to goddamn me, whatever the fucking age she was. I know I was 22. Veronica had to be around about 40 something.
When you was 22?
Yeah.
Damn.
42 or 22?
Yeah, Veronica like 27. Veronica and my mama went to school together. They cousins.
Right.
They went with went together with friends, Everybody knew each, you know what I'm saying? So, make a long motherfucker short. That's what a motherfucker do. Sit in your motherfucking house and think that goddamn me, they gonna get something after. And the whole time, the shit, she's milking us. She ain't milking my mama, just my mama. She milking us too. So when a motherfucker really know that shit, Then, you know, because what it was getting new cars and shit. But this is what you do when you allow a motherfucker to live with you and don't push them out. Veronica should have been pushed out that motherfucking house long motherfucking time ago. And that's real motherfucking talk. You know, but she was basically stealing money, you know what I'm saying, from us. Then when Maddie died, she took the whole motherfucking thing. You know, well, she didn't take it. She took it in the insurance thing, right? Because all our names supposed to have been on her, me, Keith, and her. But what happened was, goddamn me, she just wrote her shit because Veronica was doing all the paperwork. She was the oldest. Maddie only had a 3rd grade education. So she was doing the paperwork. Yeah. So in the end, she put herself as the beneficiary with the money that Maddie was paying on her insurance and shit came from me and my brother's Social Security. So when that shit happened like that, and, you know, she died or whatever, Jerome take the money from her. So this nigga come in the funeral, nice suits and every motherfucking thing. She over there looking like a fucking bum and he like a pimp. And this is my mama insurance money that she paid with our bills. And motherfuckers think like I don't supposed to have an attitude or be mad about that or even think that that was a cause. That was some dirty shit. But when you allow a motherfucker to live in your house for so motherfucking long, they start feeling like that. When they your kids, they start feeling like they can do certain shit like that. And that's what happens. Sometimes you got to push your motherfucking kids out the house. See you later. Go live your own life. Because you're not finna fuck up my shit. You're not going to fuck up my shit. If you don't want to listen and do what you're supposed to do to get on your own shit to be a grown person, man. Good morning. What's up with you, boo? You know? Nah. So when a kid start fucking up like that, you got to go. When the motherfuckers start smelling themselves, oh, motherfucker this and cursing you out, you bitch this. Pussy ass nigga. My punk ass son told me, oh, nigga, I had some nigga pull up on you 3.3 seconds. I said, bitch ass nigga, you'll go to 2 funerals. Theirs and yours. Bitch ass nigga. Nigga. See, he don't really see. It's one thing, because kids don't know that how your parents was before them. You just trying to be nice, and you try to be a little gentle. But if motherfucking kids really know what certain people parents been through and shit, you wouldn't really want to fuck with these dudes. You wouldn't really want to fuck with your mama if you know what the bitch is capable of. So they try you, and you, by the love of your heart, you just try to not fuck somebody up because you love them because they part of you. But you know what you capable of doing. And goddamn me, sometimes these kids will push you to that motherfucker ability, and goddamn me, it is what it is. You don't have to deal with these kids. You did enough. If you told them they don't listen, you step back. You ain't got to let a motherfucker come in your house. You ain't got to let them come over. You ain't got to pick up the phone. You ain't got to do none of that shit. You know? But at the end of the day, you keep your fucking sanity. That's what it's all about, keeping your sanity. Because they gonna fuck up. And they gonna keep fucking up until they learn what you was trying to tell them. Don't let no motherfucking kids come be in your house curse you out. That's period, point blank. I ain't never cursed my mother out. I ain't never cursed my mother out. The one that raised me or the one that didn't raise me. I never cursed them out. And that's something I cursed around them. But I never, even when goddamn me, my mama kept me in juvenile. They told me to detain me until further notice. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit, you know. Man, I didn't call my mama a bitch until I got into behind locked doors and bouncing off the walls because I couldn't believe her. I can't believe this bitch. You know, left me in here, but it was a lesson that she had to teach me. I had to learn. Nigga, you really want to be in this shit? Nigga, you carrying guns. Nigga, I know you a little gangster. You know what I'm saying? You carrying guns already. At 12 years old, I got caught carrying a gun. I had a gun about this motherfucking big. I swear to God, it was a pistol. And when the police caught me, right? Because one of my older friends, rest in peace, Leo Blackman. 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 Leo Blackman. Leo crazy ass, man. Gonna shoot in the air. When we were finna about to go do something because Parker got shot and we was about to go do something. And so I went and got the gun and we decided not to do it. So I guess Leo was like, out of just being wild and crazy and mad, he shot the gun. At that time, you know, people report gunshots. You know what I'm saying? So somebody called and reported a gunshot or some shit. I'm on my way back to take the gun back home. Police stopped me. Like, hey, you know, we just heard gunshots or something like that. Y'all heard any gunshots around here? It's like, nah. He went around, you know, he was like, come over here so I can check you, you know, frisk you. I was like, oh, shit. I had this long Biz Markie shirt on. Had the sports on there, but it was really long. Man, he pulled my shirt. He touched me, pulled my shirt out, pulled that gun out. He looked at the gun and looked at my little. He said, man, get your little ass in the car. Like, damn, he ain't handcuffed me or nothing. Took me around. He was going to really let me go. But Chief came out, seen, and went down to jail. Went to Vandervanna. Went down on Vandervanna Juvenile. Because he asked Chief, like, Chief, what I do with him, man? He's like, what he do? He's like, CCW. Like, shit, take his ass on Vandervanna. I said, damn. Carrying a concealed weapon. It's like, damn. So, had to go do my time. My first time, shit, I thought I was going to get out, but my mother was like, no, keep him in there. I had to learn. I ain't never been locked up. Well, you know, traffic tickets or some shit like that, but I ain't did no serious time. I ain't been no penitentiary. I ain't got no police record. You can't see shit that I did, like an assault or nothing. None of that shit. Ain't nothing on my record. Nothing. And I could brag about that. Motherfuckers know what I've been through and what I done did. It's a couple of bitch ass niggas trying to discredit that. Like, that's the weakest. Let me address that too. For you weak ass niggas that trying to discredit my gangsterism. Oh, that nigga wasn't really doing it. He wasn't really out there like that. You bitch ass nigga, you wasn't out there like that. Bitch ass nigga, you wasn't even out there until I came around. Matter of fact, they was whooping your ass until goddamn me I came around. The fuck you talking about? That's some weak ass shit. And it's two weak ass niggas that said it. Like, really? Really? Like, really? I don't brag on the shit that I did. That's why you don't know what the fuck I did. I don't brag on it. It's nothing to brag about. I wish I could erase the shit out of my mind sometimes. But I don't brag about goddamn me how gangster I am and what I did to get the credibility of being a gangster. That shit ain't cool to me. I had to grow up like that. That ain't something that you fucking glorify. Like, oh, I want to be a gangster. Miss Futrell, I've been thinking about it. I just came on here. But I've been thinking about it. I know I was supposed to send you that information, and I didn't want to send it too early. But when I got up, I already been having you in mind, so I still will send it to your phone. I got you because I had to lock your phone number in under your name. So I did that this morning, just to make sure that I do send it to you, so I can send you that information. But yeah, what I'm talking about is children. Sometimes, and I'm pretty sure, Miss Futrell, you understand this. When a child get to a certain age and they get all fussy and shit, you know, they think they grown. They smell, as older people will say, they smelling themselves. You know what I'm saying? King trying to smell himself a little bit now because he want to be sarcastic and say things back. But little do you know, that's going to get him fucked up. That's going to get them really, really fucked up. You see what I'm saying? But when these kids 23, 24, 25 years old and they still in your house and they telling you fuck you and you ain't shit and you owe me this and you ain't never do nothing for me and shit like that, it's time to go. It's time for that kid to go. And you can't have no hard feelings as a parent. You got to let that person go. Let that, No, you grown enough to do all that. You should have been out of my house at 18 for real. But since I was trying to be generous and let you stay here and try to get yourself together, look like you ain't gonna never get yourself together. So you gotta push them out the house. You gotta push them out there and let them bump their head because they'll never learn. They'll never be able to get up off their butt and do what they supposed to do as a person, as a grown person. Since you're grown, don't be grown in my house. Go outside of my house and be grown. You know, go outside of my house and be grown because my house it's enough grown people here right now. We don't need you to be grown too. You get your own facility, you get your own little bedrooms and stuff like that, and you do all the little nasty stuff that you want to do without your parents even caring. That's grown. But when a kid think he could sit in your house, do all that type of stuff and curse you out, oh, you might end up like Marvin Gaye. I might have to shoot a motherfucker. And I might not hit you just one time. I might hit you 2 or 3 times for the ass whooping. You know, you're not finna play with me like that. Because you was my sperm. You walk around a talking sperm specimen of my creation. That's right. I am God. Oh, God. That's right. I am God.
Here we go with this.
See, when you are father, that word father is synonymous with God. Can I get an amen? That word father is synonymous with God. And if you know that, and your father who have fathered you is your creator. That's your creator. You manifested in the womb of your mother. But the man who created you, the God who created you, the Father who created you, is the one you try to disrespect. So shall you cometh, so shall you goeth. Take this nigga out. You sitting there with a piece of cake and a blunt smoking. Yeah, I killed this son of a bitch. Nigga came up and he disrespect me in my house like he gonna whoop my ass. Nigga, boy, I wish you would. I told you my son stood up there and said some dumb shit like that. Nigga, I'll send some niggas at you. Nigga, what? Play that game with me, play that game with me. Nigga, I have your whole family sitting up there on a power line, nigga, by hanging by the toes. Nigga, what the fuck you do? Nigga, that's why you crazy. Nigga, everybody say you crazy. Yes, I am. That's the crazy shit I would do. I would have your whole family upside down, hanging from their motherfucking toes. King, give me a pair of socks. That's how motherfucking crazy I am. I'm not bullshit. I'm fucking crazy. I am. Shit. Man, you should be... Man, I have to take medication to stop thinking the way I be thinking sometimes. Well, I will fuck somebody up, man. I think so much of how to fuck somebody up, I can't sleep. That's how you know I'm motherfucking crazy. I can't sleep because I be thinking about how I'm going to fuck this person up. If a motherfucker just coming at you with some shit like this already, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm not fucking playing. If I have to come at your ass with some shit like this, you think I'm gonna play with you, boy? I'm a Marvin Gaye motherfucker. My kid better not play with me. I don't play that. And this is just only one. This is one. I'm coming to beat your ass with this. You know how your mama whoop you with switches? This is my switch. Daddy don't play. Shit. I'm getting up and close. I don't need to shoot you. No, I'm getting your ass. I'm Marvin Gaye. Because you don't disrespect. I never disrespect my mother ever. I might curse around her, but I never curse my mother. I'm talking about the one that raised me and the one that didn't raise. I would never do that. Never. Like, fuck you, Linda. You ain't do shit for me. I know she ain't never, shit. She bought me some deodorant and shit on Christmas and cologne sometimes.
That's the stuff you
know?
actually need.
Yeah, she did that. So, I can't say that you ain't never do nothing for me. Shit, she bought me deodorant and shit sometimes on Christmas. But the biggest thing, yeah, she gave me life, and that was sufficient. Everything else left up to me. So if your child sitting at home, talking about they don't want to leave home, but they can curse you out and fucking have sex all in your motherfucking house and treat you like shit, it's time to put that little motherfucker out.
Birdie, leave the nest.
It's time to push him on out. You done did all that shit, but you're not going to sit up here and disrespect me in my own house. It's time for you to go. I don't care where you go, but you got to get out of here. I love you and will always love you. But this part of you, I'm done. I'm through with it. It's time to go. It's the end. Don't be afraid to let your kids go. And sometimes they will come back. It's only if you let them come back. You got to set the rules. I had you here. I'm going to show you how to do it. But if you fuck up this time, you're going to have to come back and do it yourself on your own. Without my help. I will help you somewhat. But I'm not going to be responsible for you because you're a grown person. You got to live this life. You got to go out here and swing. All the shit I done told you and what I expect from you, I just want to see you retaining that and actually putting it to use. That's it. I don't want you to buy me nothing. I don't want nothing. I just want to see that. I can die happy when I know that my children, goddamn me, listen to what the fuck I said. To prepare themselves for the things that's about to come. I can die happy. That's the happiness I want. I don't want to fucking die right now and goddamn me, my daughter's overweight and she's worried about some shit. I know that. She won't reach out to me. I'll reach out to her. She won't even reach out to me. Bitch, you is big. What's wrong with you? You're depressed. What's wrong with you? Do you want to come out here and still stay with your daddy for us and talk it out to get out this shit? You in a stupor. She's getting bigger and bigger. It's like she's eating a depression. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck is going on with you? But you won't reach out because you didn't build something that you can't apologize. You don't know how to act towards your real father. Because you're afraid what your father's going to give you the truth lessons for you to wake up out of this shit. It's going to be harsh. It's going to be harsh. It's things that you got to know to get over that shit. If I don't know how to get over the mountain, how you think I'm going to get over? I can't walk through it until I learn how to build a tunnel through the motherfucker and dig a tunnel. But that's harder. I can walk over this mountain like my father said, or I can build a tunnel, which is going to be harder. And I might not get through it. I might bump into some gas or some shit and die on the way. But if I take this route that my father taught me, I can get over this hill. If I can do the things that my father have the confidence in me to do, I can get over this hill. But you will never get over this hill if you sit there and allow these children to be cradled. It's time to take that titty out the mouth. I know people say that. I seen a little girl, goddamn me, went and did some shit like this. I bullshit you now. I seen some shit. A little girl went over to her mama and did one of these numbers. Pulled the titty out and just started. Like, what the fuck? Hold up. She was 12 years old. Like 11 years old. She went over to her mama, went into her shirt. I think like, damn, she is violating this lady. And pulled out the titty and just started. Like, now that's a sexual assault there. That is a sexual assault. That little girl is too old to be sucking titties like that.
like you said the other day, I think you're too old.
But I'm just saying, don't be afraid to cyber whoop your kids' ass. Don't be afraid to push your kids out there to make them fly. Don't be afraid to be stern and firm with them with the rules and engagements of what they need to do in their life. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to push them to be harder. No, I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna throw you off that cliff. I want to see how hard you is. You ain't shit, nigga. Get up here. I'm standing over you. What, you ain't gonna make it back up? I'm gonna stand right here until you get done. And I'm gonna sit here and smoke my cigarette too. You know, see how many I go through this since you wasting my time. I gotta wait on you to get up here. You can't do this. Get on up here if you can. I'm standing. I double dare you. I double dare you not to get up here. That's how I push my kids. I'm a hard motherfucking dad. You see what I'm saying? I'm hard as a motherfucker. Because the world gonna treat them worse.
Dad, I'm mad at Ocean because of this.
He made a maze.
Look how complicated this thing is.
Look,
I can
hey,
get past the first corner.
check this out. This is the shit that I'm telling you why you should push your kids. King's best friend is Ocean. This little boy made this. Look at this fucking maze.
Also, there's a bear in it somewhere.
Look at this maze. The boy is... we need to show Mr. Rom this. But look.
It's the Weekly Wolf. I think Mr. Roman's already seen it.
Look at that shit. I think I see the bear too.
It's sort of sideways.
Yeah, it's right here.
You gotta turn it. Let me see.
But I seen it.
And then bam.
You know, but that's crazy. But you can push your child to do that. You can push your child to become that, use his brain to that capacity.
I can't even get past the first
I know that. Look, here go Ebony talking about. I can't even solve that.
The farthest I've got is this little box right here. This little area. Wait, hold on. Yeah, right here.
All right, go get my pants right there. Give me some shoes. But that's the shit I'm talking about. You can push your child to become and do things like that. You see what I'm saying? But if you allow them to, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, it's too hard for me. Then when they 30, when they 25, 20, 21, when they like that and they start cursing you out, telling you what to do, you got to have the accountability for you allowing that shit to happen. That's the parents' fault. I know one thing: when I pass away, or when these children that are mine to get a little bit older and they understand what life is all about, they gonna say, my daddy was crazy, but that nigga was real. That was a real nigga. I didn't know how much that nigga was real until I got older and started living life, because that nigga gave me the game. He didn't put crack cocaine in my hand. He didn't put no marijuana in my hand. My daddy gave me the game. He put the game right in my pocket. And I was too stupid to understand what this man was doing. I was too young to understand that this man was giving me the game of life out here, how to be something. I just thought he was being mean because he was firm. He had a reputation of being a bad motherfucker, but he wasn't there in the house with me when my mama. Why wasn't I there?
Dad.
You know, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, sometimes you got to say fuck your kids. Okay? Sometimes you got to say fuck your kids. You don't want to have a stroke. You want to be happy. Your kids is out there having sex, going out to parties, drinking, getting drunk, getting high, all that other shit. You want to have your rest of your life too. You want to enjoy your fucking life too. So why would they have to come and dictate my shit after the fuck? No, baby, you grown. Whatever you go through in your decisions, I support that. But I don't have to. And when I don't have to, don't blame me or be mad at me because I don't support that. I just don't want to support it. I'm keeping my heart and my mind at peace. And that's what it's all about. We want to last, y'all. The only way we're going to last is being at peace. Let your kids go. Let that shit happen the way it's supposed to happen. Okay? If you believe in Jesus and all that shit, whatever they say, it's supposed to be written. Okay? If you believe in that. But if you believe that, goddamn me, your product is your children, and inside of what you done instilled into your children, from the morals that you taught them, they eventually will wake up to them, because life has its cycles. You have to go through certain things in order to learn. You don't know fire is really hot until you touch something that's hot. Until you touch that motherfucking fire. People can tell you that the fire is hot, but goddamn me, if you don't put your hand in that fire or over that fire to allow that motherfucker to get to that stimulation of what you can withstand, oh, you will never know that the fire wasn't hot. You would think that it was pretty. You think that is dancing.
Get ready.
Why you got my pimp shoes?
You said get shoes.
Yeah, shoes. Give me some shoes. Them are dress shoes. Give me.
I said shoes.
Give me my black work shoes. My black work shoes. Slip resistant. I'm sorry. I call them work shoes, but black slip resistance.
Like mom and me don't have black slip resistance.
I know, I'm just saying.
Now that her hardboiled leg.
Yeah. No, we should never respect that and allow this. I don't know. I won't and will not. So, finna get this little dude off to school. I'll holler at y'all.